A little bit talking about Indiana's win today over South Carolina. The Hoosiers looking a lot better at this point now, getting a high major game under their belt at home. So I'll pin the Hoosiers against a Purdue team that just beat Alabama at Mackey Arena last night. Rob, we'll start with you.
I've flip-flopped on this. I've gone the opposite of what I said in the preseason. In the preseason, I thought I wanted to be Indiana, and I think at this point I've seen enough to say that I would be on the Purdue bandwagon here. I think that there is enough talent on that roster. To me, the win over Alabama really said a lot for a couple of reasons. One, you could run everything through Trey Kaufman-Renn and be able to get what you needed to get out of him to win one-on-one matchups. He did it a lot against a guy that we thought was going to be an elite defender in Cliff Amore. I think that Fletcher Lawyer has shown that he has the ability this year to be a little bit more of a go-to guy. I don't think he's going to be a breakdown off the dribble guy. I do think that you can run some stuff for him that will be a little bit more creative and he can be a little bit more impactful. And CJ Cox, man, I think that dude is a rocket ship. I think that he is a guy that is going to, by the end of the year, be that secondary creator and playmaker that we needed. And you still got the opportunity for Miles Colvin and Cam Heide to take a step forward. And oh, by the way, you might have the best point guard in America. I'm not saying you do, but you might have the best point guard in America.
I have a feeling I know where you're going with this one, Goodman.
Culture. That's where I'm going. I'm going with culture and trust, and I trust Matt Painter, and I said this in the preseason. Just because of one win over South Carolina, I'm not going to change my mind. This Purdue team has guys that have won.
Yep.
They've done it before. They've got a culture. They're not just a team tossed together. And I think, part of Indiana is. I mean, that's what they did through the portal, right? I mean, they added key pieces. They addressed it. They went early in the portal, and it worked. But I'm not ready to say they're Purdue level. Hell no. Purdue's still up there. Indiana's trying to get there.
It's funny having this conversation, too, especially when I'm saying, I'm flip-flopping. I feel better about Indiana now than I did in the preseason.
Too, of course.
They've proven themselves to be better, but
100%. They're not at Purdue level. Trust-wise,
yes. I still would make the argument, and tell me if you think I'm wrong. I still think they're more talented.
Okay, that's fine.
And I'm buying into
this.
this.
I'm not going to argue that. I'm also going to say, okay, yeah, Braden Smith or Miles Rice. Who are you taking? Braden Smith.
I think
no question.
But I also think that is a closer discussion than anyone wants to admit.
I want to see it. Braden Smith's done it over and over again.
And he got them to a title game. Look, I get it. I really do think that
Trey Kaufman-Renn is pretty damn good.
He went right at
He's pretty
Cliff
good.
Amore last night. Right at him, got him in foul trouble. That was a really impressive.
Who would you rather have right now? Trey Kaufman-Renn for the rest of the year or Umar Bala?
It depends on what
I want.
It depends on the role. No.
Yeah, what's the role?
No, because the problem is both of those guys to me are a piece, right? And I don't think that Umar Ballo works as well for Purdue as he would in this Indiana system, right? And I don't think that you could play Trey Kaufman-Renn because I think that Malik Renew is the same player and probably a little bit more versatile, and he makes more sense next to Ballo than Trey Kaufman.
Right? You would say they're close. Kaufman-Renn and Ballo, while they're different, they're close.
Yeah,
it's not that different.
Yeah, I don't think that there's no
the most talented guy on the floor for either team is Mackenzie Mbaka.
Yes.
And he's the X factor for Indiana because he's a guy that potentially you can give the ball to. And he's a tough matchup because
I wouldn't say he's an X factor because I think we know I think he's proven what he is.
All right, but he was an X factor coming into the year. He's already proven.
I think for Indiana,
I agree. I think 1 to 7 they are more talented, but I don't think that means a shit. For Matt Painter. Matt Painter doesn't need more talent to win.
Here's how I'll put a ball in it. I came into the year thinking that they were both probably top 25 teams, and I would lean a little bit towards Indiana. I am now sitting here saying I think Purdue's probably close to the top 10, right? Maybe 9, 10, 12. So if you got them somewhere in that range, you're probably right. Well, I think Indiana's probably around the top 20-ish range. And so I think Indiana's better than I thought they were. But Purdue looks –
By the way, he had Indiana preseason 15, just so we know.